Hello everyone, and welcome to question 4 of the Animal Biodiversity series. In this video, we'll be working through a question from the Eastern Cape November 2025 Provincial exam. This question is worth 8 marks. So the phylogenetic tree on your right shows different organisms that belong to the most evolved phylum in the animal kingdom. Now we know that the most evolved phylum in the animal kingdom is phylum Chordata. The word chordata means cord. That means all of these animals have a notochord of some sort or a spinal cord of some sort. Within this kingdom, we can see that there are different classes. We see that there are mammals, there are birds, there are reptiles, amphibians, bony fish, cartilaginous fishes, jawless fishes, tunicates, lancelets, etc. And we can also see on the right side of this phylogenetic tree the evolution of different characteristics. So we see the evolution of a vertebral column, we see the evolution of jaws, lungs, limbs, an amnion, mammary glands, and hair. Right, I'd like you to pause the video and answer the questions below, and then we'll go through the answers. Right. Identify the phylum represented by the diagram above. That would be phylum Chordata. Name or identify 2 organisms in the diagram below that lack a backbone. So to determine which organisms don't have a backbone, we have to look at where a backbone or a vertebral column evolved. So which are the 3 organisms that we see below that? That would be the tunicates and the lancelets. We see that a vertebral column evolved after these animals appeared. We can also say ancestor. 2.3.2, some organisms that belong to the animal group identified in question B are also found on land. Explain the role played by these organisms in agriculture. Right, so the role would be that they decompose dead organisms, leading to the formation of humus. This improves soil texture, increases water retention capacity, increases soil fertility, recycles nutrients back to the soil. You could also say that they burrow into the soil, leading to better aeration. Aeration just means the introduction of air into soil. And this increases oxygen supply to the root cells, promoting better root growth, preventing rotting of the root system, and better absorption of nutrients. Now, if you still remember the work that we learned in grade 10, you will know that a lot of what is mentioned in this answer is very grade 10 rich content, so you aren't expected to go into that much detail. So you are not expected to talk about the root hair cells. You can simply refer to decomposition, aeration, recycling of nutrients. There is no need to go into that much detail. Right, question 2.3.3 says, name the characteristics shared by mammals, birds, and reptiles. So let's look at where mammals, birds, and reptiles evolved, and let's look at the characteristic right below reptiles. That would be the presence of an amnion. Name the group of organisms with the most advanced evolutionary features. So the group with the most advanced evolutionary features would be the group right at the top, and that would be mammals. Right, now I'd like you to count the number of questions you got right and give yourself a mark out of 8. Then we can move on to the next question.